Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about and reviewing the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette and trying to help you decide whether it's worth your money or not. So let's get started. So I got mine from Cult Beauty in the UK for £40 and you can get it on the Sephora website in the US for $45. You are worried about like packaging because it's a highlighter and I myself have had highlighter deaths. So if you're getting it from Cult Beauty, it was packaged amazingly, like a box within popping paper, within a tissue paper, and then in a sleeve. So they got you, they've got you. So this is what the palette looks like. And then it has like this flipping lid, so it's cardboard box, flippy lid, and then inside it's got your 4 shades and the description of the shades up here and what to do with them. So it's pretty foolproof if you're not really sure how to use the product. So if you don't know about this product, it basically has one cream highlighter, which is this one here, the Fiji, and then the others are like 3 powders, all like glowing products, and they're designed to basically be a whole kit for your face. So Seychelles is like your regular highlight, and then Zanzibar, which is this beautiful coral shade down here, is like a highlighting blush, and then Tahiti is like a highlighting bronzer. So this is basically like an all-in-one face kit, if you will. So each pan, apart from the cream, because that is obviously a cream product, but the powder highlights are 8 grams, which is a little bit more than you get. I think you get 7 point something in a Anastasia highlighting 4-pan kit, and it's about the same as in the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. So you get a good amount of product in each pan. So I'm going to start off by showing you swatches on my hand of all of the highlights, and then we'll get it on my face. Okay, so this first swatch is Fiji, which is the cream highlight, and then we have Fiji with the Seychelles powder on top, and here we have just Seychelles by itself, and then we've got Zanzibar, which is the like glowing blush, and then Tahiti on the end, which is the bronzer. I had a little play with these when they arrived yesterday, just swatching them on my hand like that, and I will say I am nervous about the bronzer because it is really shimmery and I'm just not sure how that is going to be as an all-over bronzer, but I'm going to do what it says. We're going to give it a try and just see how it works. But as far as them on my hand, they look very beautiful, very pigmented. They feel really, really creamy. The cream highlight is like my slight reservation because having read reviews, lots of people saying it's just not a smooth consistency as they would like, so I'm kind of a little bit wary of that one. But as far as I've read, the powders are going down really, really well, so let's just see how we get on with an open mind. So I'm going to start off just by kind of patting my finger into the cream highlight, and it does feel a bit sticky. I'm not sure if you can kind of see what's happening as I'm pressing my finger in that. It's kind of leaving a bit of a pattern in the pan because it is quite sticky. So I'm just going to pat this onto the high point of my cheekbone. You can see that it's very, very glowy, really pigmented, and I'm just going really easy because I'm a little nervous. I don't know what I'm going to get, so just going easy to begin with, you know, don't go nuts. That's really pretty. I really like the shade of that. It's just a really yellow gold. I'm just going to slightly build that up and I'm just dabbing that on. And I'm liking it. Now it does say with Seychelles to dab. It doesn't say like use a brush or anything like that. It does say to dab it on. So I am going to follow instructions. So I'm just going to swirl my finger. I mean, that is some pigment. So I am going to dab this on as it says, rather than disobey and then complain about it. That is, yeah, that's some highlight. That is some highlight on there, guys. That is pigment. That's crazy. That is crazy. Are you seeing that? Okay. So no complaints. It is definitely emphasizing my texture, but I don't feel like you're going to get a really, really blinding highlight like this that isn't going to do that, to be honest, because it is just drawing so much like attention and reflection to that area. So you, of course it's kind of going to do that. So if that's a huge concern for you, then I'd probably stay away from this product. So I'm now, for the sake of investigation, I'm going to take a bit of Seychelles on my fan brush, because that's how I would normally apply, and I'm just going to apply that by itself above my brow bone. Ooh, that is, I mean, it's obviously not as blinding as it is on the cheekbone, because obviously we laid down that cream, and actually it doesn't just blending that out a little bit with the brush, the kind of really bad texture that was showing, it has kind of blended away quite a lot. So maybe that's actually the key, just to sort of give it a good blend and let it settle in. I'm much happier with that now, and that's a lovely colour. I think this would suit a lot of skin tones, to be honest. There is another, this is the Golden Sands, I should have said at the beginning, and there is a lighter kit called Pink Sands, but apparently they are very similar in colour, so liking it. So now for the scary bit, I'm now going to go into Tahiti and bronze with it, because that's what it says to do. Apply under the cheekbones to add dimension and shape. Okay. It's actually not bad. It's not really, as I'm sort of dipping into these powders, that you can see they're not really kicking up. They are really pigmented, but they're not picking up dust. They're not like leaving, you know, it's not flying everywhere, which is nice. So now I've got a little bit brave with that bronzer. I'm just going to build that up a bit. Oh, okay. It's actually really, it is glowing, but it is actually bronzing, which I wasn't really expecting. And it is kind of actually giving me a bit of a contour there, which I wasn't expecting, but it does kind of look a little bit cool toned, so. I mean, it looks a little bit cray-cray bronzing around the hairline. It is very glowy. Like, I would probably only use this like around this area if I was like on holiday, because it is, I'm not sure how well the light is picking that up on camera, but it is really glowing up there. It is really glowy for a bronzer, and it is again emphasizing my texture, which is annoying. So now, last but not least, we're going to go into the Zanzibar shade, which is this beautiful lush, and apply that as normally would. Ooh, ooh, I like that. Can you see my cheek? That is some glow right there. So that blush is really glowy, but it just looks really lovely on the skin, and it's such a nice sort of coral shade. I like it. Now let's give Seychelles a little bit of a go down the nose with a fan brush. I'm not having any issues with that using a fan. Very, very pigmented. Pretty. I'm going to also use Fiji just on my index finger right in the corner. Oh, I like that. Oh, I'm literally touching, and look at that. That is popping. It does actually say that you can use the cream like as a final step just to really pop in places where you want. So I'm guessing that like in your Cupid's bow and places like that. Let's just try that on the Cupid's bow. What? That is so nice. And I'm using like nothing. That was literally just what I had left on my finger from my corner eye, and I just touched there. And that was just so pretty. I like that a lot. A lot, a lot. That would last you forever. I'm just going to do this cheekbone without laying down Fiji first. I'm just going to go straight in with the Seychelles powder and see what happens. I mean, look at that. No issues at all. I think that's actually showing up a lot less texture than it did with the cream, so maybe if you're worried about texture, skip the cream on your areas where that's a problem. Ooh, hot damn. I mean, for crying out loud, guys. Okay, so here is the finished article. I'm not sure how much the camera is picking up. It looks like it's picking up really well. I will say that the cheekbone highlight is popping with and without the base cream. Both look really beautiful. Both are really, really beaming. As far as highlight is, I really like the blush. It's actually a very subtle blush, although in the pan it looks quite bright and scary. Actually on the cheeks, it's really nice and subtle, gorgeous coral colour. The bronzer I'm really not sure about. I really am after a really glowy bronzer, but this for me is too shimmery for a bronzer. Like when it's coming down here and it's really, really shimmery, that's just probably not for me. Maybe on holiday, and maybe if I just need to play with it and work it out a bit more, I think, because like up here, that's, I don't know. I mean, on a night out and on holiday, it's so beautiful. And I guess it's obviously not like an everyday product for most people, for some for sure. But for most people, I guess it's going to be more of like a special occasion or a holiday type product, which is exactly why I bought it, because I thought you could literally just take this on holiday in foundation and you're done. I mean, that is amazing. Like, as far as being a travel product, that is golden. And there is no doubt I am literally like dripping in glow right now. It is very beautiful, very glowy, very pigmented, very little effort to get this level of glow going. And actually, out of the 4 pans, like the bronzer, I love the bronzer. I will use the bronzer on holiday and, you know, for a special occasion or a big night out. Just I need to practice about exactly where I want the placement and all that kind of stuff. Just need to get used to it. But that being said, the other 3, and you know, a palette of 4, to love 3 instantly like that, that's pretty good by my book. Pretty good. And I feel like I'll grow to love the bronzer as I just learn a bit more about it. At the moment, you can see my whole face is just beaming. It's pretty, guys, it's pretty. Yeah, I'm definitely loving it. I'm definitely going to keep using it. I'm going to trial and error the bronzer a little bit more to get used to exactly how to use it and where the placement is and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely think this is worth the money, because even if you use the bronzer as just a deeper highlight or like a holiday highlight or as an eyeshadow, you're still going to use all 4 of these colours all of the time. It's really good value for money, I feel like, because quite often in these highlighter palettes, there's a few shades you're never going to use, or at least one shade you're never going to use probably, because of skin tone and things like this. But I think this will work for a lot of skin tones, because even really deep skin tones can actually use all of the shades as highlights. Like deeper skin tones could use this one as a highlight, which obviously for me is going to be too deep. And so yeah, I'm really loving it. Would definitely recommend it. I'll keep trying it, keep sort of trial and error, and let you know in future video if I'm still loving it or not. But that is my first impressions. Hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. And I hope to see you again real soon. Bye bye for now.